my daily walk and get my mind wrapped around these ideals, start to ask the questions.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, dude. So, going through all this crazy weather, all this other stuff, and we arrived to a point of this. Why do they make the fathers have to pay to see their children? And I don't mean the parents, like the mom is making the dad pay. The courts make the father have to pay to see his children. And if his check is late, he can't see his own children. Isn't that crazy? You have to pay to see a child that you created. And because the law is this way, many of us blame the court system, when that's not true. It's not 100% true. Yes, the court system did make it this way, and it was targeted against the African American male. But we allowed it. Now you might be saying to yourself, what do you mean we allowed it? Very simple. We allowed it. We allowed this to happen. No, because we was too busy sticking and moving and breaking out on the chick, and the kid's her responsibility. We didn't think about the actual child or put the child first. What we did was just relish in it, or better yet, we bounced to another chick because it didn't work out, or maybe we were young, right? You bounce to another chick, and you never thought about going to court, fighting for your rights as a parent. Black folks and going to court and filling out, that's just something we ain't looking forward to. So we ain't gonna do that. We gonna go and do the dumb stuff. We're gonna say, I don't feel like dealing with no courts. But in the end scenario, you're gonna end up in court. So, of course, moms could easily turn childs against their father because you're not there. Now, the court system put these laws into place. Most of the fathers weren't there to fight these laws. So you're at the mercy of the courts. And these women, oh, they'll show up to court. They won't go to work on time. They won't get up and take their kids to school on time. But they'll get to that court quick, fast, in a hurry. Next thing you know, they have full custody. And in full custody, they have the rights. You don't. Whoever gets full custody has total control over the situation. Total. That's 100%. So if a father has custody, 100% of the children, and the mother's still alive, that must be the most effed up mother on earth. I'm telling you that right now. That has to be the most effed up mother on planet Earth. The lawyers and judges work together against both parties. He said, I can testify. Yep, I can testify. Well, that's because in the natural case, the children normally stay with the mother in some capacity. It's very rare that the child stays with the father. But it's even rare for the father to have full custody unless the other person is deceased. Now, based on that, that scenario has flipped upside down like a bubble cake. Because we were ignorant to the system. We were ignorant to the laws. We were ignorant to all of these things that were happening and transpiring around us. And the fact that we never did anything about it this is why we end up the way we are. Of course, but it's easy to break up the families when you put systems in place. And most of us don't pay attention to the legal system and how it's being structured. And when these laws are passed, the majority of us wasn't paying attention. Just like everything. They distract you and fool you and trick you with something shiny. Right? See, the man worldwide used to be the important figure of the family. He was the provider. He was the strength. He was the guy that went out and made sure that there was food on the table. He was the one that go out and risk it all while the mom is at home raising the children, taking care of the household duties. Now they make it look like that's a crime for a woman to be a housewife. Or they give it a label. Oh, you're a housewife? Well, I work. Shoot, you try doing housework. That ain't easy. and taking care of children and yourself and everybody else, balancing that, doing the laundry, washing all the clothes, cooking all the food, doing all of the cleaning, and you have a job, that's a master person there. Do you realize that when men used to marry women and seek their hands in marriage, in certain cases, in most cases, there had to be payment. That's why you always hear the narrative, the bride's father has to pay for the wedding. You ever heard that? Do you know where that comes from? This goes back thousands of years. There's something that is called a dowry. A dowry is a down payment on taking the daughter to be their bride. They would almost audition their daughters to be with certain people. And they'll basically be like, hey, take my daughter. In other words, here's a small dowry. Dowry can be anything, not just financial. It could be a goat. It could be a farm. It could be a cow. It could be a land, an area of land. Some guys would be like, she all right, but man, that dowry, some pretty good dowry right there. That land's expensive. I'm gonna use that. That's gonna come in handy. So that's why they always, now the American version, it's the bride side of the family pays for the wedding, supposedly. But that is often spoken, but not really followed. So when did men become less valued? When have we become the joke, the laughing stock, the one that's put behind the background? And if you speak up to anything about being a man or what a man is supposed to be, or anything about men having pride in themselves, it's used as an attack on women. Why? Makes no sense. Oh, that's old thinking. Old thinking. I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you think times are better now? I don't think they're better. Our education level is low. Our abilities to take care of each other is low. We don't even know how to farm. You got men that can't even survive or cook for their families. Other people tell us what we should honor and what we shouldn't honor, rather than us being individuals, independent thinking minds, knowing what's best for us and our family. We let the outside world make that decision. Hey. And since then, everything has turned around. We had less back then and still lived better. We ate better. We drank better. We thought better. We prepared better. Shoot, when I went to school, the teacher could whoop your ass. Teacher be, what'd he do? Then your parents whooped your ass when they had to come up to the school. Especially if dad had to get off work. Or if it was his day off, he coming in there, the belt in his hand. Pants halfway unbuttoned. Hey, thanks. He coming in there, pants halfway unbuttoned. What'd he do? Where that boy at? Boy, come here. Boy, you got me up here on my day off, trying to get some sleep. Straighten you out in front of the whole class. They still get down like that in Africa. What is this? What are you doing getting that A minus? This is almost a B. I cannot take a dumb son. You take this idiot. You want to be a sheep herder your entire life? What happened? Why you beat him? A minus. A minus. What you doing? Thanks, They still get down like that. And who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Because you call the police, they'll just be like, did you know your son called the police? I started to beat him myself. He said he got an A minus. He's the dumbest one in the class. Shoot, you keep going like that, you could lose a... Can you imagine a C student? You're like, he got a C. A C? Probably lose a finger. You don't need a finger anyway. You got a C. You're not going to be a typist. You're not going to have a computer or programming career. So the whole structure of this world has changed to make us more docile, more weak. Whenever there's a crisis or something in the world, everybody just panic first. That's the first response. Panic. Oh, what are we gonna do? They're coming for all of us. People panic. Panic is a sign of weakness. The world has no more use for another weak man. They don't need him. If you seen what's in our military today, it would blow your mind. I'm like, how did you pass basic training? Oh, that was easy. I do CrossFit all day. Yeah, fitness part, that was no brainer. Oh man, this is like Call of Duty. I could just sit here, pick stuff off. Look out. So they could pass the test. Bookworms, they get right in there. But then when stuff hit the fan, oh man, I didn't know we were gonna actually be in something. Oh God, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Them the first ones ready to go home. A million father march, you would never get a million fathers to line up for some shit like that. A million man march, then the majority of them was fathers. And women, and mothers. It was supposed to have been all men. There was some women there too. What's up, Jonathan? You're absolutely right, man. And they keep changing the laws. And now they want Mexico basically converting to United States law. Just like Cancun takes American currency, they want more places taking American currency and want to stretch that further. But the cartels are keeping that at bay. So it's a lot of things they don't want to mess with. They okay with the cartel running their business and running Mexico the way they want. They don't care. They don't care if government officials have to go, as long as they keep getting their product for the less price. Oh, it's going all right. Well, see, the reason how I know is because I had some Mexican food here in the United States. Then I had Mexican food that was prepared in Mexico. Do you know that grain of corn that's in Mexico is 10 times greater than the soil that we are growing our corn from? Don't taste the same, bruh. Theirs tastes rich and pure. So when they raise the price of corn in Mexico, it's detrimental because they make a lot of their meals with corn. To you guys or anyone else around the world, you don't care. That's like a global genocide over there. Just raising the price of corn. Just a little bit. You're causing the deaths of a lot of people over in Mexico. So I know how important and how rich the corn is over there. Don't taste the same. It's not just comments. See, what you have to do is when you get off this live stream, what I want everybody to do as an assignment, I want you to look up ingredients that are allowed. And it's each city, each state. I want you to look it up. And seeing that there's a limit or things that's here in the United States that are banned all around the rest of the country. That's why you have different tasting foods in different countries. Of course they do. And they don't care. As long as the cartels is who they're doing business with, the government ain't gonna care what happens in Mexico. Now, if the price of corn goes up, people die. I know how important that is. They make the corn shells made out of corn or flour. I always eat the corn. I don't like the flour. But you gotta remember, this is how the drugs are being passed throughout the country. Mexico is the new hub. That's the new connection to Colombia. That's the new connection to everything. Now, we ain't gotta go flying. They'll drive it right across that border. Oh, thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate that. This might be the largest donation day for One Crack News. But it's much appreciated. They don't care. See, what I've learned is that they don't care unless it affects the bottom line. When it doesn't affect their bottom line, they're too busy to care. No problem. I'll keep supporting and I'll keep making it happen. And my Cash App is Carcino. For those who don't super chat, you can donate to my Cash App. Absolutely. So, thanks to everybody and everybody that super chatted. It's been a great conversation we've had today. Look forward to many more. Now, let me get back to work. and making it happen.